All righty. Welcome, everybody, to Brownsville Tech Live. This is our 48th episode. We are inching to episode 52. And in the house tonight, we've got Doug Blunt, the Apple guru of gurus for the RGV. Doug, welcome back.
Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Not a problem. As you know, this week is Black Friday. Have you ever been a Black Friday shopper?
Many years ago, I remember going up on Black Friday on Thursday night at Best Buy and waiting in line.
Did you
This
really?
is like about 10 years ago,
Was this here
10,
in
15 years
Brownsville?
ago.
Was this
Yeah, it
here?
sure was.
And what were you buying? Or what were you planning to
We
buy?
just went in. I don't think we bought anything. We just wanted to see what the specials were. So the kids were still at home, and we went up there to Best Buy. And it was colder. Man, it was colder than a witch's tit too. And we waited in line there, and um, we went in there. God, there's hundreds of people there.
Yeah, I've seen those videos, those newsreels of people, camping out in their tents and practically having
Yeah,
tailgate parties. It's kind of crazy.
yeah. Not
Ac-
anymore. They don't do that anymore. They don't
no,
even camp out at the Apple events.
well, it's kind of funny because I also participated in one of those too, but I waited out at the mall like at 4 o'clock in the morning for the toy store to open up. So, when my daughter was small, so I did that once, but luckily, thank goodness that now, a lot of these Black Friday deals aren't necessarily on Black Friday. In fact, one of the things now is we have typically pre Black Fridays as well as Cyber Monday coming up, which I believe Cyber Monday is next Monday, I think. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something to look out for Cyber Monday. But definitely, Apple did not wait till Black Friday with regards to having some great deals out there. It's kind of interesting that they decided to actually have some kind of deals before then. Apple's always been historically stingy when it comes to price reductions, but there's definitely some cool products out there that are worth looking at. I'm going to go ahead and flip Doug over to the virtual theater here. Give me 1 second. All right. And just like the last time, we've got our virtual iPad today. It's not doing election returns this time, it's doing some Black Friday deals, but it's worked out pretty good. I think this is going to be my permanent go-to for presenting stuff because at least I don't have to worry about getting lost in the Chrome browser. Those Chrome browsers tend to be hogs at times. But are you looking for anything this holiday season, Doug, that you'd like to get, or have you pretty much gotten what you wanted to so far?
No, I pretty much got everything we need. So I'm pretty happy. I'm
Yeah,
still on the fence about getting an iPad someday.
yeah,
I've always had iPads. A couple years ago, I gave one to my grandson. Maybe I don't need one, I don't know,
yeah.
but
What?
I'm
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I we're just buying stuff for the house.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things that they've got, starting off, and I'm not very familiar with this HomePod Mini. Do you know anything about what this HomePod Mini is?
Yeah, a couple years ago, it launched a couple years ago. Once upon a time, Apple come out with the HomePod, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see in my office right over here.
Yeah.
There's two of them right beneath the TV. That was what it was about 5 years ago, the HomePod,
Okay.
and they were super expensive. They were like $400 a piece. Okay, and it's a speaker. You run your TV and and music and all that. The music sounds great.
Yeah.
fantastic.
So
But
it's
it didn't really sell.
okay.
So what happened was is that Apple went back and they looked at it again and they said, okay, we're going to come up with a mini and lowered the price. So they came out with a HomePod Mini and they dropped the price from like $350 or $400 down to, and they discontinued the big ones.
Okay.
And now and then this is down to $99. So how
Now,
much is that one, Danny?
well, actually, it's on sale this week for $79.99.
And where's that at?
Well, funny that you mention it doesn't say. I don't know if it's across the board wherever they sell it. But yeah, it was you were right. It was retailing for $99.99 and this
Mm-hmm.
week it is $79.99. So I guess it's across the board. Who's ever selling those?
I'll look that one up because I tell you what I've recently done, and we're going to talk about this. And let's see. Okay, that runs on a cable. Okay, you have to have electricity to run it.
Right.
Okay, but there's a company called Mission, and what they've done is they've come up with this is a HomePod Mini, and they've come up with this battery,
Okay.
and you just simply place your HomePod on there, and it hooks up back here. Okay, and this is only $40. And
Wow.
so now you've got a portable speaker,
So you could take that to the pool there at Rancho.
and you don't need Wi-Fi
Oh wow.
because you can use AirPlay off your iPhone and play it.
Okay. So you'd be using your
So,
iPhone. So you were at your pool, even though it's too cold right now.
or out in the woods,
Out in the woods. That's right.
or out in the gym, or whatever, and you
Yeah.
don't have Wi-Fi. Well, you can play. You won't be able to use Siri without any Wi-Fi, but
Right.
you will be able to use your AirPlay through your phone and with all the features,
Now,
the music and podcast.
is that battery you're talking about? Is that manufactured by Apple or somebody else sells it
No,
for the home?
it's a company called Mission. It's an
Okay.
aftermarket.
Oh wow.
It's an aftermarket deal. Okay, it's
Oh
available on Amazon for $40,
yeah.
and the battery's life they say is about 6.5 hours. I just got it Saturday. I just got it yesterday.
Ah.
Okay, and
Wow.
so
So
if you're
you
somebody
have
like me,
yeah.
go ahead.
So you
If you're
have
somebody
both
like
the originals and the mini?
yeah,
Oh wow. Wow.
yeah, the Mini is much more advanced. It's newer,
Uh-huh.
and there's a little bit better features. And they have this thing called on the Mini. They have a thing called what's the name of that? Um, there was the all the tech players they got together and they came up with a standard
Yeah.
for home devices. Google did, Apple, Google, Android, Amazon, they all come up with they all got together. They got the band together and they took them about 2 years and they came up with a standard for home
Oh wow.
devices.
So now
Okay, and it's
they talk to each other.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Okay. So the HomePod Mini has that feature.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it has that feature in it. So that's kind of cool. I forget, I'm trying to think what that is. It's called, but it's a thread. What they call a thread technology.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And there's a standard that they came up with. They got everybody to sign into.
Well, that's
So
good
that's
that
kind of
Apple
cool.
decided
Yeah.
to join,
Yeah.
because
Apple joined the party.
wow.
Yeah.
Hey, by the
But
way, did you hear the latest that Apple may be bringing well, let me put it to you this way. They're going to try very hard to bring all their chip manufacturing instead of relying on Taiwan. There's a couple of foundries that are establishing a presence in Arizona. And
yeah.
these are not necessarily companies that are Apple owned, but they're foundries, including, believe it or not, Intel. And so apparently there's a deep concern about the Taiwanese and China situation, and so they're trying to find foundries, alternative foundries that will manufacture the M1, the M chips, the M
M2,
chips.
M1,
Yeah,
M2.
yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently
Yeah.
there's a
I've heard
big
that.
push.
Yeah, I've heard that. Apple's trying to get out of China. They're going to India. They opened up a huge place in India and Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I've heard that. Yeah, Arizona, definitely Arizona.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of it'll be kind of interesting to see where that goes. I just wanted to chime that in. The
Yeah, why not?
next
Because Apple designs their own chips now, right? They've
Yes.
done that for several years now,
Right.
and why can't they manufacture them in the States?
Well, that's the thing, they've relied on TMSC for such a long time. Apple's not the only one, by the way. Amazon, Microsoft, they all hire TMSC to manufacture the chips. But, with the Chinese and Taiwanese situation getting serious, there's a concern that if there's any, trouble across the China Sea, that could put, the supply chain at risk. So they're trying to find alternative
Plus, they
sources.
passed. Last summer they passed that controversial chip bill. Congress
Yes.
did.
Yes, they did. They did.
$150 billion in credits and stuff. So,
Right. Yeah. And
Apple,
apparently
they,
the biggest
yeah.
state benefiting from all of this is Arizona.
Oh, good.
I wonder why.
I, they can only learn how to count votes.
Oh, oh, Doug, we're not going to get in politics tonight.
They can only learn how to count votes.
All right. So the next,
But the thing I like about this, see, I'm one of those type of people, being a Virgo. I don't like cables hanging
right.
down from TV sets or stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the reason why when you see all this stuff, it's all in the wall and stuff.
Right.
So I had just put up a mounting bracket for this HomePod. And if you go to my office, there's a mounting bracket in there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I was watching YouTube one day and some guy talked about this. So now I don't need a cable.
Wow. That is kind of neat, especially because it makes it portable,
Yeah. And if you're a swimmer like me, I go out here to the Green Monster during the summertime and swim, and I get Wi-Fi out there, but it's not so great.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And out in the garage too, I've got some repeaters out there, but it's still not so great. So yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with it. Well, sounds great.
Cool. That's cool. I definitely. I mean, that price of $79. I mean, I think it's a pretty good deal right now.
Yeah, when I bought mine, they only had, you could have, like Henry Ford, you could have any color you wanted as long as it was white or black, right? And now they have orange. They have, they call it pumpkin, and then they have a blue, and then they purple, and then they got all kinds of different colors.
Yeah. Well, the next product that's on sale is the Apple TV 4K 2021. That one is retailing. It's a 32 gig version for $99. Which Apple TV do you have, Doug?
I've got the third generation. I've got the third generation in the living room, and I've got the second generation in my office here.
Okay.
The one in my office has been here for over 10 years, and it's just fine.
Yeah.
Okay. The one in the living room is when I bought the TV 2 years ago. I bought it at the same time, not knowing that there was a Apple TV app on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
But I went ahead and spent $200 for a new Apple TV 4K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
now we need to talk about the difference between these a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to mention that the app on the TV probably wasn't that good, anyways. But go ahead.
Oh, it's just as good as the Apple TV. I mean, but okay, the difference between these is the lower price one and the higher price one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the lower price. Okay, the higher price has this thread technology that we just talked about.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And um, has this this, but the lower price doesn't.
Okay.
And the higher price has the higher price has um, Ethernet port in it too,
Okay, so
and
you're
some other
saying
things.
that this $99 doesn't have an Ethernet port or that thread technology? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, what would be the benefit for those users out there when it comes to that Ethernet port?
Well, the benefit for the higher price one would be you could use it as a base station
Okay.
or a network hub.
Okay.
So all your home devices could go in through that as a network hub.
Okay. Okay.
That's the big advantage of it.
And of course, with the Ethernet port, you have a hard wire versus having to depend on Wi-Fi, which
Yeah.
sometimes can suck,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, they were Ethernet. The one I have in my office, second generation,
Uh-huh.
it does have an Ethernet port in it. It's not hooked up, but it does have one in it. Okay. And the third generation I bought 2 years ago, Apple took that off.
Hmm.
But now it's back in on the higher price one.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
And it's a faster
$99.
chip too.
Yeah.
Faster chip too. So
Yeah. Well, $99 isn't too bad. How much did you pay for your Apple TVs back then?
the one in the living room I paid close to $200 for.
Oh, wow.
For the third generation, and the one in the bed in the office here, I think I paid like 139 for it.
Yeah. Well,
And that's like 10, 12 years ago.
I guess these would be good for like the bedroom, when you've got a couple of bedrooms, where you want to have something connected in case.
Or you got a garage or a gym or
Yeah.
out in your barbecue area, you got out there in your patio out there.
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense. That wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
But that's $99 right now on Amazon.
Because in my house, I don't have any type of cables whatsoever. I mean, I don't have Spectrum anymore or anything like that because my internet access is 5G T-Mobile, right?
Yeah.
And my and then my all the cable, the TVs and all that stuff is all Wi-Fi.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Now the next product that's there's a deal on right now is the AirPods Pro 2. That's the 2022 version. They're retailing for $199.99. That's on Amazon. I don't have Pros. My daughter does. In fact, I don't know if the ones that we have are the 2022. I have regular AirPods. I don't use them very often, but I don't use them for the show because of a few issues that I had with Bluetooth. What happened? I lost.
That's a good buy, and the reason why I'm saying that is because these are in my ear right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, these are AirPods Pro first generation.
Okay.
And these are just about had it. These are like maybe 5 years old, 4 years old.
Right.
And I'm getting a lot of the left side. I can't use it all because I get a little ring on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I use this one side over here, and it's not as clear as it used to be. So it needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
The good thing about the second generation AirPods, is it second generation or third generation AirPods Pro?
Yeah.
Does it say?
It is. It just said AirPods Pro 2.
Okay, the second generation. Yeah. Okay, that's got some neat features on it, and one of the neat features is that on the case itself.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's got now this one here. This is like the first generation, so this one here is a little different.
Yeah.
But that one there's got if you lose your AirPod, you press a button on it, and a big signal goes out.
Oh wow!
Helps you find your AirPod.
Oh wow!
And then it's got room for a lanyard on it too.
Yeah. One
So,
of
for
your
example, when I go to the gym or go swimming or something, I have a lanyard that I put my iPods in, but I have a little case. Okay. I have a little case for my
Oh, look
AirPods.
at that.
Okay. Yeah. I got that from 12 South a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now you don't have to have that. It's on the iPod case itself.
Wow, that's kind of cool, especially, so you don't have to
Yeah.
lose them.
And you can get them engraved too if you want.
Yeah. Now, the other ones that are on sale are the AirPods 2, which are the regular AirPods. They're
Mm-hmm.
$89 right now, Doug, at Amazon.
That's first generation. Yeah.
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 Now,
Those are the ones with the long stem. They look like they got an icicle
yeah, they
in your
sometimes
ear.
hurt.
Yeah.
Now, the
No,
other
they've
one,
improved the new AirPods just came out this fall and they have improved quite a bit.
yeah. Now, believe it or not,
Longer battery life too.
they've also got the AirPods Pro, the 2021 version. They're running at $159.99.
Yeah, you're better off getting the new version than the
Yeah.
old version.
Now
Pay the extra $50.
apparently they're saying this week, however, Verizon has both stock and all-time low price. So these are exclusive at Verizon only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't get them anywhere but at Verizon. I assume they're gonna try to sucker you into a new iPhone.
I saw them on. See, let me check out my Car Rove board here.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've got them listed 109. I think they may be at B&H too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now the other item that's on sale this week is the 10.9-inch iPad 2022. That one is at B&H and it is retailing for $399. That's the 64 gigabit model with just Wi-Fi. So
Okay,
that's
That's the cheapest iPad, right?
well, that's the 2022 version. The
With
20
the M2 chip. Okay.
Yes, the 2021 version, which has the M2 chip, is the one that's retailing. Sorry, the with the M1 chip. That one is retailing for $269 on Amazon. That's not a bad deal, even for one with an
That's
M1.
good. That's the student iPad.
Yeah,
In other words,
yeah,
yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
yeah. Now, what I don't understand is why we still have the Mini. And
There's you'd be surprised.
yeah,
A lot of people like that Mini.
really. I think
Yeah,
it'd be kind of small. I don't know.
but the size of a phone,
Pretty much,
but the
slightly
size of a Pro Max,
right,
huh?
slightly bigger. I think the Mini's about 7 point something inches, but it's not
Yeah.
too much bigger. But what's interesting is that it's $399. I don't know if I'd want to get one of those versus that other, 10-incher that's 269.
I think the iPad Mini might have a little bit better screen than that student iPad.
Ah, okay.
I think that's the big difference. But the Mini, a lot of women like them because they can put them right in their purse.
Right. Right. Yeah. And then they've got the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, the 2022 version. That one
Okay.
is $1,000, 1099.
Well, you know all about that because you just paid for one. You just bought one.
I did, but I don't.
You got the 11-inch.
I got the 11-inch. Yeah, I didn't pay
You got the
that
11
much.
inch.
I mean, I paid like maybe $900 by the time all was said and done.
Yeah.
So, but they've got that one, and that one is exclusive right now on Amazon. And then the other one that's on sale is the MacBook Pro, the 14 and the 16-inch MacBook Pro. They've got the 14-inch MacBook Pro with 512 gigabytes of storage for $15.99, and then they've got the 16-inch MacBook Pro 512 gigabytes of storage for $19.99.
About $450 off, isn't it? From B&H
Yep.
for the 16-inch.
That's at Amazon right now.
Okay, that's how I got written down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about B&H? Do you know what it's going for at B&H?
Yeah, the 16-inch is $450 off the standard price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which is darn good deal.
Yeah. And then they've got the M1 MacBook Air 2020. That sucker is still selling, and it's selling for $799. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, keep in mind that one is the 256 gigabyte model. So it only comes with that much storage. So
yeah.
The M2 MacBook Air 2022 on Amazon, it's retailing for $1049. So that one's
That's
out.
a good buy.
Yeah. Now the 27-inch iMac 2020. I don't remember what was it that you bought, but this one is a 256 gigabyte. It's running for $11.99. What kind of iMac do you have?
I have the 24-inch iMac, but I have the M1 chip. Okay. I don't have the Intel chip.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So that's the reason why it's so cheap, is because it has the Intel chip in it.
I didn't notice that. Look at that.
Yeah. And so, that's going to get phased out, but hey, that's okay if you've got if you've got an office.
Yeah.
An office setting, or if you've got a student or something like that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Even with 256 gigs, because you can, for that kind of money, you could go out and buy an external hard drive for less than $100 and attach it to it, and you get an extra terabyte.
Right.
So it's not a bad buy. It's just the idea is it's got an Intel chip.
Right.
Most people don't really care, except maybe you and I. Well, you want the M1 chip, so.
Right. I mean, I would consider getting a Mac Air with the M1. I mean, I have no issue with getting the M1. I'd love to get an M2, but.
Well, you put it this way. I just got done putting 500. In September, I put $500 into Diva's Mac, and it was a 27-inch, and it was a 2019.
Wow!
So for $500 more, I could have got a brand new one. But see, I got her a terabyte hard drive too.
Okay. Yeah, especially with all her homework. Yeah. That makes sense.
So, and she's very, we had a little. It works fine now. We had a little snafu on it because I bought some extra RAM for it, and it didn't work too good.
Yeah.
And so we took the RAM out, and now it's running great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, the next item that's on sale is the Apple Watch Series 8. And I know that you've got a Series 8, right?
Yeah, right here. My pride and joy.
Now, it's currently the 41 millimeter GPS is $349. How much did you pay for it back then?
I paid a little bit more money than that. This is the 8. Okay, with the GPS.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so right now it's retailing for $349. And if you want the thicker one, which is 45 millimeters, I think I'm saying that right. It is millimeters, right? That one is $379. Now, if you want the
I got that one. That's the one I got. I got the bigger one.
Okay. And what's the difference between one and the other? Is it just thickness or what?
It's just the size.
Okay.
It's just the size.
All right. And then, of course...
Yeah, a lot of women, they like the smaller size. And men, we like the big size.
Oh, God.
I mean, now, Ultra, I look back, and I think I should have got the Ultra.
Yeah. Well, you still can. It's just money.
No, but because I mean, I swim every day,
Yeah.
and I spend most of my time with the snorkel on now,
Yeah.
underwater
Yeah.
snorkeling, and I look at my watch all the time, just like Lloyd Bridges would do in Sea Hunt,
Yeah.
and I like that feature.
Now, one thing they mentioned, if you want cellular, the prices start at about $449 for the 41 millimeter, and then 479 for the 45 millimeter with the cellular option. So,
Yeah,
um,
that would be okay if you know, I had a cellular, but I found out that it didn't work so great.
yeah,
Sometimes it'd work and sometimes it wouldn't. And
yeah,
not only that is if you're on Wi-Fi all the time, you really don't need it. Now, if
right,
you're a mountain climber or you're climbing the Himalayas, yeah, it'd be kind of nice to have,
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, generally speaking, or you're Lance Armstrong on the Tour de France or something, that would be kind of nice to have. But your phone can just do the same thing, or you're at home all day.
right.
You know,
Well, the other product is the SC. I know that you had considered looking at it at first, but you
yeah.
opted for the 8 instead. Right now on Amazon, the SE is going for $229. So, can for those people that are looking at an Apple Watch today, if they had a choice between the SC and the 8, what are the main differences between the SC version, which is the cheaper version, and the 8? What are the
I think
differences?
I think the main difference is there's some features on the 8, if I remember, that aren't available. The
Right,
always on deal, like this is always on, right?
right.
That's not available in the SE. And I think the oxygen deal is not on that one.
Okay,
It checks your oxygen for you.
right.
And I think there was a couple other things, minor stuff,
Minor stuff. Okay.
very
Uh,
minor stuff. I mean, it all depends, if you like looking at the data for your health and stuff like I do,
yeah,
you know, um, that's great. But I've always wanted the always on. When I found out it was always on, that's the reason why I went with the 8.
with the 8.
And the battery life's a little longer too.
Yeah. Well, the other one that's on sale is the big Kahuna, the Ultra, on Amazon. That one actually is going for 739. So
Not a
it
bad price,
appears,
50
yeah,
bucks off.
yeah, yeah. So that one seems to be pretty good. And the other thing that you talked about a few weeks ago on a podcast, on one of the podcasts we had, were MagSafe chargers, and they're on sale also. But of course, Verizon is the one that's selling those. You can get a MagSafe charger for $29.99. That's down from the regular price of 39. The MagSafe Duo for 97.49. That's down from 129. So that's kind of interesting there. And then you've got AirTag. Talk to us a little bit about AirTag. What do you know about AirTag? I don't know anything about
Well,
AirTag.
you don't know anything about AirTags. Well, let me show you here. I've got AirTags all over my devices in here. And AirTag is a little thing. You see this little, looks like a quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an AirTag. And basically what it does is, let's say and I've got this next to my car keys.
Yeah.
So let's say you can't find your car keys.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go to your phone or to your Mac and it will send out a signal and it will tell you where it's at.
Ah, that's
And the
great for
same
car
thing.
keys.
Yeah. And the same thing with my wallet. I
Yeah.
bought a $15 wallet from Amazon
Yeah.
and it's got an AirTag on it.
Ah,
You
it
see
came
that?
already with one, or you installed it?
What's that?
Did it come with one, or did you install it?
No, I installed it.
Ah, okay.
It just pops out and pops in.
Oh,
The
wow.
wallet's only $15, or I think mine might have been 20.
Yeah.
So what happened was is that I lost my wallet I couldn't find out where it was at.
Yeah.
And we looked all over the place. And so I ordered a new wallet with, credit cards and driver's license and all that.
Yeah.
And I got it and I put the AirTag on there. Well, what happened is that I left it in my pants.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I took my pants off when she washed them.
Oh no.
They ended up in the wash machine. Fortunately, everything was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But then after that, I said, well, I'm going to go with the AirTag wallet.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
people use them for everything. Like there was a couple down in Disney World,
Uh-huh.
or down in Florida. They put AirTags on their kids.
Well, I was going to talk to you about that. Is that legal to I was going to talk about kids, but I have three little dogs that like to run around the
Yeah,
neighborhood at times, and I thought, is that legal to do, to put an air
yeah,
tag
you
on
can do
their
it.
collar,
Yeah,
you
you can
know?
do it. I don't know about kids. They said, that was a question. I was listening to a podcast and exactly what they said. But they said, what they did is they put the air tags in their shoelaces.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they knew where their kids were at.
Right.
But people put them in, people put them on their pets.
Yeah.
They put them like on bicycles, their suitcases. The airlines, they don't like it
Yeah.
because it tells you where your luggage is at, right?
Right.
Okay, and so you look at it and go, oh yeah, my luggage is over here. Well, the airlines, they don't like the idea of air tags in there. Okay, but people still do it.
Yeah.
They just put it in a place in the luggage where the airlines can't find it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
that's
so
cool. That's cool.
yeah, people use them all the time.
Yeah.
You can put them on your Apple TV remote.
Yeah. Oh, that comes in
Okay. Oh,
handy.
it's in the cushion somewhere down there. Inside the couch somewhere. You can't find the remote, right? How many times
Yeah.
people lost their TV remotes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what you do. I got them all over the house.
Wow. Well,
I got them
there's
on a massage gun that I
wow.
have. Yeah.
Well, right
Just
now
buy this
they're
little thing.
yeah.
You just buy this little thing from Amazon or 12 South. This is a
Yeah.
12 South deal.
Yeah.
This little tag here,
Yeah.
and you just pop it in that little tag, and then you can hook it up to anything you want to.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. It takes a battery, a little watch battery.
Yeah.
Battery lasts about a little over a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they're selling the AirTag, the 4-pack, for $79. So that's
That's
down
cheap.
from
That's $20 cheaper.
right. Yeah.
I'll have to tell my daughter that because she's been wanting to get some air tags.
Yeah.
She's always listening to everything.
Well, then we come down to the phones, the iPhones, and of course it's by carrier. It says AT&T is offering up to $800 for the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. Of course, that's
Yeah.
with an eligible trade-in. You don't get that $800 if you don't have a compatible phone. So I tried trading in my old iPhone 6S, and it was a no-go. So I will forewarn you that if you have anything less than a 7, forget it. They're not going to give you the $800 trade-in.
But I think Apple, if you go through Apple will take it.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't try that.
Yeah, because Apple's, they want to, they want to save the environment and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
and so Tim Apple, he's big into that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. I may give it a
so
shot. One last shot, And of
yeah,
course,
try Apple, try the Apple. Just go to the Apple website. Actually, I just buy everything through Apple because one thing, you're not going to get a discount on prices. Most likely, you're going to pay full list price.
yeah.
And not only that, I got an Apple credit card, and I get 3% for every 3 or 6%
Yeah.
for every Apple stuff I buy. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Well, Verizon also they'll give you up to 1,000 for an iPhone 14 Pro, but once again, it's all hooked to a trade-in. So
yeah.
they'll even give you an extra $200 off if you switch from a different carrier. So that's kind of cool. I don't know who Visible is. I guess they're a Verizon owned carrier, I guess. And Mint Mobile, I've heard about Mint Mobile before, but
That's the movie actor. What's his name? Ryan Reynolds.
yeah. Does he really own
He's the one.
Mint?
Yeah, he's the owner.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the deals, Doug. Overall, I think those AirTags is something I'm probably interested in because I do lose the remote quite a bit, but I wasn't sure what that was. Some of these MagSafe chargers, they may be a good thing. I may be wanting to get for my wife, and my
And that would be
daughter.
good for your wife, even
Yeah.
though the reviews on the MagSafe chargers aren't so great.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of
But
course,
that was a big couple years ago. That was a big deal that Apple, Tim Apple come out there. Hey, look, you can do the MagSafe charger on your phone,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it didn't really take off that well.
Yeah. And of course, the Series 8, that seems like a pretty good deal too.
Yeah.
Um, the one that, some of these other devices here, especially like that iPad, that's like $269. That seems like a pretty good deal. So,
But 64 gigs, right? Yeah.
yes, they're 64 gigs.
Yeah, that's really on the borderline, 64 gigs.
Yeah, I know, but
But hey, if you just need something to watch a little content around the house, you're going to stream it anyway.
right,
You
right,
know,
right, yeah,
so
yeah,
just as long as you don't, probably wouldn't be good for a daughter or a son, a teenager because all the music they download, right?
right, right, yeah.
But for an old guy like me that just watches Fox News all day long, it's probably just fine with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was a good episode tonight. We've reviewed some pretty good deals, Doug. Um, it'll be interesting to see what Cyber Monday brings along the following week.
Yeah.
I don't.
I would think in retrospect, I would think long and hard about buying that Intel iMac
Yeah, yeah,
because it's an Intel, because Apple's going to get out of the Intel business within probably a year or
right,
less than a year from now.
right,
And it's going to be, I don't know, it all depends what you're going to use it for.
right,
But
right.
but for longevity, the M1 chip would be the best way to go.
The best option. Oh, I agree. There's no doubt
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. But the tags is a good deal,
Yeah,
and the HomePod Mini, I might buy one of those HomePod Minis
yeah,
because we need one for the guest bedroom.
right. Yeah,
Because we're have visitors over here, guests.
yeah,
Nobody comes to see me; they all come. It's all her relation.
yeah. You never
Yeah,
know.
I
All
just been
right.
disowned by everybody.
Well, that was it for today's episode, folks. Once again, Doug was with us to give us a rundown of some of this, Apple technology that's out there on sale right now. Like I said, it is listed for Black Friday, but the sales are actually happening right now across different, retailers. So if you're looking for something as a Christmas buy for your spouse, significant other, your child, a fellow podcaster that you like watching, Doug and I will gladly take any gifts.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we'll take any gifts. Trust us. We're poor podcasters. All righty, everybody.
we have no ethics. We
No,
have
no,
no
no.
ethics, right?
All righty, everybody. Well, that was
Okay,
everything
guys.
for tonight's episode. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We have the Orion spacecraft lunar flyby that is scheduled for 7:15 in the morning. We will be broadcasting live over our NASA TV connection. I won't actually be on the podcast. The podcast will go on autopilot when it typically does from time to time, but we will be broadcasting the Orion spacecraft lunar flyby, and we will also be broadcasting on Friday the Orion spacecraft flyby, which will actually take video about 80 miles from the surface of the moon. So,
And that's the Artemis, right? It
that's the
has
Artemis.
it's the Artemis
Yes,
project.
right. That's the Artemis project. So, we'll be
Okay.
broadcasting over our NASA feed tomorrow, and we'll be doing the same thing on Friday. Alrighty, everybody. Well, everybody have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Doug, once again, it's always a pleasure to have you on. We will see you later.
Thank you for inviting me. Always a pleasure.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.